Good morning, everyone. My name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to show you how to make this interlocking triangle treat box. It's so simple to make. I think it's one of the quickest and most effective little boxes for treats and things for Christmas that I've ever done. So I hope you enjoy what I've got today. As I said, I'm from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. I have a couple of group pages or a Facebook page called Cards by Laura. I've got my cards in there that I make from my workshops, and just when I'm playing around, I put all my cards up in that Facebook page. I've also got a Facebook group called Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. You're welcome to join that group. There's a couple of questions there that you need to answer, and I'll approve your request. My YouTube channel, if you're watching today for the first time, it's called Creative Gems, and I hope you enjoy what I'm offering you to do today. As usual, I've prepped all my pieces. As you can see, this opens up and you can put little treats in there. It will hold a couple of Ferrero Rochers. I think it holds 2. I'm not sure if it'll fit quite 3 in it. I won't push it back up. All you do is push and then you flap one out and one under. But I'll show you that when I make the next one. This one's the same but in different colours. And we shall get started. There's not many pieces. I didn't do my normal printed sheet today because there's not that many pieces to worry about cutting. We'll start off with the base, and I've chosen cherry cobbler and gold and one of the new DSPs in the, I think it's an online exclusive, that one. The base measures 11 inches by 4 1/8, and I'm going to show you how to score that in a few minutes. Then I have the back piece, this back panel here. There's a panel that goes on. I did, someone else did this little box quite a few years ago now, and they didn't do the back piece the same as I've done it. I found this much more neat. She did cut a bigger piece and then penciled around and cut it out, but I find this is a lot more neater if you do it this way. And this piece measures 3 1/2 by 3. 3 1/2 is this width here, and we're just going to cut the 2 sides off that. So that's that piece. Put my name tag straight again. Then we have the mats. We've got 3 of the wider ones that go around the perimeter of it, around this back piece here. And there's 3 of those. They measure 3 1/4 by 1 3/4. And then the top mats, which are these ones here. I've got them in the red. I'm doing gold. Actually, it's the metallic brushed gold out of the pack. And it measures 3 1/2 by 7/8, and there's 3 of those. And then the DSP that's going on the top, I'm using this, I think it's pretty peacock green, might be garden green, one of the colours. I've got 3 of those. They measure 3 inches by 1 1/2, and they will go on the wider mats. And then I've got 3 at 3 1/2 by 5/8 of an inch, and they will go on the narrower ones there. And then I've just done a little Merry Christmas, exactly the same as these. The Merry Christmas I got from the Cottage Wreaths. It's a nice tiny little one that's good for all your little projects to put on if you don't want anything too big. And I've put a gold mat behind. I did have the punch out for that. It's the double, not sure where I've put it now. Anyway, it's the double label punch. It's got 2 different sizes. I did have it here a minute ago, but I'll find it in a few minutes. So that's all the pieces we need. I'm going to put these pieces together first with a little bit of liquid glue, because then they're ready to go. All cut ready to size. This is such a quick project and it's not difficult at all to do, so I hope you enjoy it. I love doing little 3D boxes. put some liquid glue on the back of all of these and put them onto the gold. I do like gold for a trim, gold or silver. Just makes the card or the project pop a little bit using colour, or gold I should say, not colour. It's fairly quick to make. Once you get all your, usually I do all this beforehand, but it wasn't much to do, so I thought I'll do it with you. I hope everyone's having a, well, it's early morning, so I hope you have a lovely day. If you've got anyone that you know of that wants to subscribe to my channel, I'd love you to subscribe. As I mentioned, it's called Creative Gems, and if you hit the little subscribe button down the bottom there, and when you do, there will be a little bell come up, and you can hit the bell as well, which will notify you when my videos go up. These narrow pieces here, they go end to end because we're going to cut them off once we put them on the box. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So they go flush from end to end. They're a little bit longer than what you need, and you'll see how I cut them. As long as you've got the little 1/8 inch border. The very first one I made, this one here, I did do these with a narrower mat. Well, the DSP is a lot narrower than, I've only got the tiny little border either side. This next one here, I did the 1/8 inch border either side. I do prefer this one here, where it's got a little bit wider border. Sometimes you'll find it's harder to line up and get it straight if you've got a really narrow edge around your piece. It's easier to get if it's a little bit wider, got a little bit of room to play with. So that's all those pieces together. I'll show you how to do this back panel. All we're going to do, we're going to mark it with a pencil at 1 3/4. This is the 3.5 inch side up here, as you can see, and half of 3.5 is 1 3/4. I'm just going to put that on 1 3/4, and in the track there, just going to put a little pencil mark. Then I'm going to cut from that pencil mark down to the bottom point there, like so. Take that side off and do the same the other side, from the pencil mark down to the bottom point, and that will give you your triangle for the back section, like so. It fits neatly in the back. Just leave that handy for a minute, and I'll rub out that pencil mark because you can see it. You could flip it over and so you don't see it. That's that piece, the back panel. Now the base, we're going to score at 3.5. Move that down a little bit. 3.5. Take your cutter out of the road. 3.5. Arm out. 7. These are in 3.5 inch sections, and then 10. 10.5. Sorry, 10.5. Nearly did an oops. 10.5, and you're left with a little 1/2 inch tab on that end down there. Oh, we'll need this again. So this one, I find it easier to cut one, score one side, flip it around 180, and score the other side, because it's an odd measurement here. It's 1 1/16. So 1/16 is that first mark past the 1 inch mark on the lower, because I'm working on inches here. So it's 1 1/16. Keep it nice and flush at the top, and score up full length. This is on the short side. Flip it around 180 and score at 1 1/16 again. So that gives you an even border both sides. One will be top and one will be bottom. So that's all we need that for. Now I'm going to fold and burnish all these pieces. This is my 1/2 inch tab end. Move that aside, I will need that again in a minute. And then just fold these ones, making sure they're nice and straight down the sides. And then these lengthways, horizontal that way. Now, I find the easiest way for this next piece, we're going to notch. I haven't got one handy. There is a little picture on my instruction sheet. I'll show you here of how it should end up once you've cut the pieces. And I find the easiest way to cut them, first of all, we're going to cut this end where the tab is. We're just going to take out those 2 outside rectangles, because we don't need those. You want to form a tab there. I'll just get my little dish, put my scraps in, and the one on the other side. And then notch those tabs as well, or the tab. Just take a little bit off either side of that one. Now we'll start with these. I just emptied my dish all over the bench. Start with these, and what you're going to do, I find the easiest way, is fold that first score line there, go in 5/8 of an inch. Pretty sure it was 5/8. Yes, 5/8. So 1/2 is there, 5/8 is 2 little strokes. You need it up here on there, and you're going to put a pencil mark just there, and 5/8 down the bottom, which is there. So then you just freehand cut from that pencil mark up to the corner of that. There's a score line across there and across there. So you're just going to cut reasonably straight. If you aim your scissors just to the corner of the point, and the same on this side, you can go from the point there down to the score line, either way. And that gives you one section there. And I'll do the same on the next piece, 5/8 of an inch. You can freehand cut and just eyeball across, but I like it nice and even. So if you mark 5/8 of an inch, it's only one extra little step to do it. And we shall go across to that point up there, the score line, and the same on this side. Just aim your scissors for the pencil line, like so. And I'll rub out those pencil lines, because you can see them a little bit, not too much. When I first did this one, I was marking both sides, but if you fold it like that, you only need to mark one side. And then on both of these ends, you're going to do the same, because you want that angle on here as well. So we're going to go 5/8 of an inch here. Put a pencil mark, 5/8 down there, and on this end, from the end in 5/8, and the same on the bottom. And so this time you're only cutting through one thickness. So we'll go from where this tab here is that's been notched, and you're just going to go across to that pencil mark. Here we can go from the pencil mark down, just aim for that corner there. That's that end, and the same on this end. We go from there to the score line, and the same that way from the score line. Just eyeball it to the pencil line. And that's all the cutting you need to do. Just rub out those pencil lines. I think they're pretty, right? They will show because the mats go inside of those. So that's how it should look once you've cut all your pieces. Now we can decorate, and it's easier to do it while it's flat. So these 3 wider ones are going to go across the centre. Just put some liquid glue on those. Such an easy card to do, or box I should say, and I'm sure it will look nice. You could even do it as a table decoration on your table with a little gift inside, or just little chocolates inside. Fill it up with chocolates for Christmas and have them as a table gift. So that one centres in there. These are all in the centre of that centre panel. I think this will be about the quickest video I've done. By the time we're finished, it's not difficult at all. Just centering those in there. And then these ones, we only need them on one end. So this will be my bottom side. Doesn't matter which side you pick. And we're going to put adhesive along this. I didn't put it right to the end because you're going to cut that end bit off. So it will sit here, centered on. Make sure that it's over the edges of here so that you get the whole piece covered. And we're going to cut these one at a time. Cut them off as you go along because they will be in the road. Flip it over. And that's why I didn't put glue right to the end, because you're going to cut this off. So just go through there, level with that. You can, and cut that one level with your base piece, like so. And that's one done. Do the same in the centre. Love you to leave a comment if you like what you see. I have a few people commenting every now and then. My little Facebook group, Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials, I've got 8,000 odd members in there now, and they are sharing so much stuff. It's wonderful to see what everyone creates. I do regular live videos in there each weekend, and all my PDFs go in there for all of these projects, plus the live ones that I do. There's lots and lots of PDFs in there, written tutorials, and the live videos you're welcome to watch once you join. I do recommend you answer the 2 questions, because if you haven't, I'll send you back a reason why you weren't accepted. So if you're on your phone, lots of times the questions don't turn up, don't show on your phone. So hop onto a different device, either your PC. I'll just straighten that. I know it moved because the glue is not quite set. Go onto a PC or an iPad, laptop, and find the questions there. They're easy questions. One is why you want to join the group. Maybe because you love crafting, or maybe you just want to see what's in there. So just go in, and that moved again while I was doing that. That's okay, it's all even. Now we're going to put 2 strips of tear and tape along this end. The other question in there was that you agree to the rules. The rules are fairly simple, that you there's no nastiness in the group, and that you're happy to share your projects in there, and just generally be nice. I don't think I've had to push anyone out because they weren't. Got a lot of members in there now. It's a lovely group. So I've overlapped those a little bit, and a little hint when you do, if you do happen to overlap, here's my pick tool. if you do happen to overlap tear and tape, pull the underside one off first. That way the top one, just get it out of there, hold that one down and pull that top, the underside one first, and then this one here, take it off as well. Now this one you will have to hold it up because it's three-sided. It won't fold flat into it. You need to hold it up. So that's going to go, I'll go this way. That's going to go, just line up your score lines along the edge there. If you can see what I'm doing. And just give it a bit of a press down. So that's that. Then this bottom piece, it doesn't matter which way you fold these. I found it's easier to fold two inwards and then the other one over on top. I'm just going to put a bit of glue there and a bit of glue either side here. And I'll push it down from the inside with my bone folder. Just flip it over. Get your bone folder. And give it a good press in there. It's nice and even there. Push those out flat, and then this will go on top just to tidy it all off so you can't see all the joins at the back underneath. Just makes it nice and neat. Pop that on the top. Give it a push down, make sure it's nice and even all the way around. It should be if you've cut it correctly. Flip it over again and give it another push down to get that one to stick. And that is pretty much it. So we shall go that way, and then this one will come up. It's a little bit, if you just keep playing with it, that one will go there. So they just crisscross over each other. And my little greeting, which I did have here, right here, I'm going to pop it up on dimensionals over this side. I've just got enough bigger dimensionals on my strip to put it on. I counted them before I started to make sure I've got all the outer edges yet. I'll use those on the next project. So I've got 3 of those on the back. Just sit it up a bit. You can put some, I've got some embellishments here to put on as well. This one can go any side. Just a little Merry Christmas on there. And I've got these brushed metallic adhesive back dots, and I'm going to use a couple of the gold ones. There's gold, copper, and I'm not sure what the other colour is. I'll use the smaller ones, I think. The big ones are a little bit too big. Just put one on each side of that. And one down the bottom. And that is it. All done. Another cute little box. I do market stalls, so I'm going to be selling these. I'll put little gifts or chocolates in them. See how they go. That's my project for today. I hope you enjoyed that. And thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you all again next week. Have a lovely week. Bye for now.